Hello everyone, how the heck are you? I'm Fastidious and welcome back to my channel. Now today we're wrapping up week number 2 in the free-to-play series. It's day 14. And honestly, I'm just so excited to jump right in, so let's get to it.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
So, as of today, I would officially say that we've kind of entered phase 2 of the game. Now, what does that really mean? Everyone likes to say early, mid, late game. You know, whether you want to call it late early game or early mid game, essentially what I'm saying is we're at that point where that initial frenzy of first starting the game and all the craziness that comes with it, whether that mean having so much energy you can do whatever you want, whether that be figuring out how to play certain portions of it, getting all the new excited champions, that's kind of behind us, and now we're settling in and getting into that kind of daily routine. That's the grind, you know? This is what happens after those first 2 weeks, and I think we've finally gotten there. So what do I mean by our daily routine? Well, today was we reached the point where we had to do a bit of planning going into it. And what do I mean by that? Well, we're at a point in our account where we really need to start streamlining efficiency in terms of the events and tournaments and things like that are coming. So it's kind of knowing, like, imagine you're on a motorbike, you're in a car. It's knowing when to throttle the gas and when to kind of lay off of it and coast. So we see here, we have a champion training event coming and an artifact enhancement coming in just less than half a day. And I saw that as of when I woke up this morning and turned the game on. So I knew, don't push champion training too hard, don't spend any silver, save up. As you see, I didn't totally adhere to the silver one, but we have a lot of energy saved. We're gonna use probably some of this on the champion training. We have another bit stashed here I'd like to show you guys. What is this? Altidius 1, 2, and 3. I've actually been using BLUESTACKS to make 3 different referral accounts that I can run simultaneously on my PC. Pretty cool. I'll actually link Tyrauku, has a great video on how to do this in the description. But referrals are an amazing way to get free rewards. So we were sitting on this 600 energy. I've been waiting to use it. We've got all these XP boosts. Those will wait until we're running out of them because we still have all that leftover surplus from when we first started. And then coming up pretty soon, as you see, 5 levels, 6 levels, 7 levels, we're gonna get to level 30 and get some void shards, I'm sure, in time for the fragment fusion and the champion chase events and the summon rush events that come with it. But stockpiling energy a bit, you know, laying off, just using our daily stuff we get. Today, what do we focus on? Well, of course, there was a bit of campaign farming. I mean, we have the active XP boost for another 9 days, probably will increase a bit more, but on top of that, I thought what better a time than to get it going in the Minotaur's lair. Farm up some masteries, and as you can see, you can also see if you go into the Google Sheet I've linked below and see our daily progression log, we've cleared 11, which I think is a huge milestone. This is when the red divine scrolls, the final tier scrolls for unlocking masteries are eligible, and it's the last time you're at 12 energy per run instead of 14 when it jumps up. And also difficulty jumps up a lot here. You see levels here, we're going up by 10, then we jump 15, but then 10 again, and now it jumps 25, 25, 20, 20. So it's a great time to stop until we're a little further along. And as you can see here, I don't have the energy, or I do have the energy for one run. I'll run in the background while I talk, but I'm only running 3 champions. So we have Kale, let me pull Kale up, who we fully unlocked the masteries for already. I showed that off in an earlier video about 3 days ago. But then we have these 2 champions, War Maiden and Cardinal, who I'd love to build masteries on already. And I'll show you the mastery work I've done on them thus far. You've seen this run. Stage 11, especially for your starter champion, when they have their masteries, they farm it very comfortably, in lifesteal gear, withstanding. But look, we breeze through it. I think it takes about a minute to minute 20. Gives me just enough time to talk your ear off a little extra. But this way, not only do we focus on only 2 champions, so if you don't know, the scrolls you get to unlock masteries, they're random in how they're allocated. But we've done some control here. Because it's a small person run, there are only 3 options, but because Kale already has his full masteries, there are only 2 options. And I would be happy with them going into either Cardinal or War Maiden. But just a touch of extra efficiency here. Why am I focusing on Cardinal and not Bellower per se? Well, Bellower is at level 50, so he's at his max level for his rank 5. Cardinal is not, so this way she gets just a touch of XP on top of that, a little added bonus. So when we spent probably about I want to say 150 energy, maybe about 120 energy earlier in the day, just doing a few Minotaur runs, farming up some masteries. You see the battle's winding down here. Cardinal gained a level and a half or so, and I mean, it's not much to write home about, but it's certainly something. so I'm not complaining. There you see extra turn. The Relentless gear on Cardinal, it's a great thing to have. Actually, as I transition out of this and we hop into champion check-in, I think this is a perfect time to touch on that. So I mentioned yesterday, we built up Cardinal a bit. Yesterday we ranked her to rank 5. Look at that, so easy. Less than a minute 20. Our best time you see was 51 seconds. War Maiden gets some scrolls. You'll see she's already on the green scrolls. Let's hop into the champions. So, Cardinal. First I'll show you her masteries. Let's go full mastery trees. So I did defense and support. We're still working on them. We haven't even finished the second tier yet. We need another 24 scrolls, I believe. Then we'll move on to tier 3, and that's when the green scrolls that you just saw War Maiden gain, that's when they come in. But we went defense and support. I think offense makes no sense unless you're running her for clan boss, in which case, I mean, she has a single hitter on A1. War Master would be a cool thing to have if you need that extra damage. But I think you want her to have the defensive traits to benefit from extra healing, things like this, survive a little longer. But support tree, of course, because you want her heals to be a little stronger. Things like this. But yeah, not enough about her tree. What's more interesting that I wanted to get into, which I mentioned briefly yesterday, is we put her in Relentless. So let's go to her skills. You see, nice looking Relentless set here, and we have more Relentless coming up in literally just a minute. More talk about Relentless. But why put a character in Relentless? So for anyone who doesn't know, a Relentless set, it's a 4-piece set, and it gives any champion that has it 18% chance, so just less than 20, just less than 1 in 5, an 18% chance to get an extra turn. Now I find that this is amazing on support champions. It's amazing on a lot of champions, but support champions particularly, because usually support champions have decently underwhelming A1s. So you really want these, that they're A2s, A3s, maybe they're just 2 skills, but when they have 2, they're A2s and A3s, you want them cycling as much as possible. And Cardinals are both really great. So we built her with a decent chunk of survivability already. I mean, it's nothing, again, nothing to write home about. You know, she has a chunk of defense for how early on we are. Phase 2, but beginning of phase 2, as I'm calling it. Over 1,500 on the defense, and then almost 21,000, or getting to 21,000 health. Once we have her to rank 5 fully, we have her rank 5. Once you have her fully leveled up, can't talk today, guys. Have her leveled up to level 50, and we ascend her to 3, then 4, then 5 stars. This will get a lot higher. We'll probably have her about 30k HP. We're also going to level this gear tomorrow during the artifact enhancement event. But she's got these 2 great support moves. So the A2, it's a single target heal with a buff, and a big version of increased defense, also single target, of course, and this incredible revive. So by her getting an extra turn, the cooldowns are going to cycle. So whenever that procs, another turn goes up, the cooldown on these 2 more important moves goes down, it lets her cycle through her kit a lot faster. Amazing on a support champion, someone like an Apothecary, a Reliquary Tender. When they have 2 great support moves and a mat A1, but you want them going fast, you want them going a lot, you see not much speed, but it's going to get higher as we work on her more. You want these champions turn cycling, so they can be proccing, so they can be implementing those important support moves that their kit's entirely built around. But I teased, actually really quick, let me show you War Maiden's masteries. This is about all the interesting stuff we did. I did finish tier 2, and to show you where we went in with it, of course we went offensive tree to get the damage, get the crit, that helps her A2, and then support tree because it's all about that AoE decreased defense on her A3, Crumbling Blast. So we've got 2 great ones. I mean, you just start with the plus in accuracy. As you see, we ignored that for Cardinal because I don't really care. Her only thing that debuff that requires accuracy is poison. So with Cardinal, we went with Steadfast, give her the extra HP, why not? But then this one's really great for War Maiden, especially in the arena, or like the first mob in a dungeon, the first wave of enemies. Because when there are no skills on cooldown, and of course if you're just starting a fight or just starting an arena match, there's nothing on cooldown. So this gives her essentially an extra 20 accuracy to land her A3, because that's what she autos on. So she has a decent chunk of accuracy, but now she's like never getting resisted. In arena, the only thing is we still have yet to book out the A3. We're still farming copies of her, so it's not at 100% yet. And then this is the other great move for arena, or great decision in terms of masteries for the arena. Here you can see we have Shield Breaker, increases damage inflicted to targets under shield buffs by 25%. So I mentioned yesterday, we've been running into a lot of support champs, HP champs, with shields in the arena, legendary champions that are so hard to take down. This lets her come in before Kale and either knock away that whole shield or at least put a huge dent into it. So when you see a Longbeard, when you see a Hackhorn Smash Lord, when you see any of these champions, you know, I mean sometimes even a High Katoon, these champions with their big shields that are kind of being frustrating, or a mistraded monster, how could I forget that? He's always in a shield set in the arena, he's so annoying. This allows extra damage, and Kale does not have it yet, but for anyone that's been watching, you know this is only a temporary full mastery build for Kale. Once we're a little further along in a couple weeks, I still have the free reset on the masteries, I will change them to a more offensive tree, geared towards arena, geared towards extra damage in Dragon, and a little bit in Clan Boss. But I teased twice now the Relentless gear. And what do I mean by Relentless gear? You just explained Relentless gear, Fastidious. Well, no. 2 tournaments wrapped up last night, and we placed first, and I'm so pumped about this. Look at this. It went away. Well, we claimed it, but I can tell you what it is. It still says it here a little bit. You can see. 6 times, so 1 of each kind of artifact, epic rarity, 6-star gear. 6-star gear for this account, huge. And then we placed second in this tournament. We get 10 Bergoth, the malformed fragments, awesome. But more importantly, we get 4 5-star pieces of Relentless. Let's go look at that. Let's see, did we get anything good? I thought I would check with you guys live. Of course, I'm not gonna level it up now because the artifact enhancement event is coming tomorrow, but maybe we find some better gear for Cardinal. I was thinking maybe Relentless could work for a bit on Barith, our nice HP champ. But look at this 6-star gear. Just seeing 6 stars in this artifact storage, this artifact inventory is just great to see. Usable, not amazing, but for someone like Barith, for sure, we need that accuracy. We love that HP. This is not a great piece, but at least we have accuracy, so we'll roll almost all of this up to 4 unless it's completely unusable. This is an amazing, amazing piece. Look at that. Crit and speed, those are probably the top 2 things I'm looking for on any gear piece, because you can get accuracy from elsewhere, but crit and speed, this is kind of what you want. It enables a lot of other builds. You can focus on maybe something else on your gloves, maybe crit damage, maybe HP if it's an HP based champion, or maybe you get enough speed substats on your other gear that on your boots you can focus attack percentage, defense percentage, HP percentage. These are the number 1 and number 2 substats I look for on any piece of gear, basically. And then defense percentage, so this could work really well on a defensive champion down the road. See this one? Great crit stats. Could be nice, and we'll definitely keep that. I mean, a 6-star piece with big crit rolls. This is not the best piece in the world. This is a sell, guys. It's sad to see. A 6-star epic piece, but you know, not everything's a winner. We don't want that flat HP. I mean, a 4-star pair of gloves at this point in the account would be better with HP percentage than a flat HP roll, plus these substats. I mean, maybe I'd consider it as like a Faction Wars piece if there was speed, but there isn't. I'll take that 61.2k though. I'll take that every day of the week. Sell that off, let's keep looking here. All right, so these are okay gloves. I mean, I'll keep them. I can't imagine using them anytime that soon, but HP percentage main, it's nice. We get crit. I mean, if maybe we get a double crit roll in this, triple crit roll, then it becomes super usable. Not the best. Flat attack, this is what I'm talking about. This I probably will keep. I mean, it won't go on our best champions, but look at these subsets. This is kind of the dream. The only thing that might make this better is if this was crit damage instead of accuracy, but these are the most usable substats you could ever want. Like I said, my top 2, crit rate and speed, will fit on basically any character in the game. Love to see that. Hate to see the flat attack, but we'll keep it for now. Attack percentage, now this is a great piece. Attack percentage, only 5 stars. That's great on any damage dealing kind of champion. And then we get speed and crit damage. So this could pair well on any damage dealer. I really like those. This sucks to see. Flat defense on 6-star boots. You know, if these were speed, we'd be golden. I'm gonna sell these, it's too bad. But we'll take that almost 65k silver. We got an artifact enhancement event coming. We need all the silver we can get. Oof, so we got unlucky on the boots, guys. These aren't even nice substats. Sell those. But hey, this is what makes the tournament fun. You get another gamble with RNGesus, another randomness, another bit of probability added to the equation, like everything is in this Raid Shadow Legends experience. Now, this piece right here might seem random as heck, but actually brings me into a good transition to the next point I wanted to talk about. So I mentioned I did a bit of farming today. What did I do while I was farming? Well, Destroy, that's dropped from stage 9 in the Deadlands. I focused on food, but there's one other slot. So I had Kale, 2 food champions, one other slot. I started focusing on Armiger. I had him ranked up to 3 stars. I had him sitting, I think, level 12 or something, and I think that was from leveling in the sparring pit or something. But as you see, we got him in Destroy gear. This is just an extra benefit that makes the Deadlands stage 9 of campaign an even more desirable place to farm early on in your experience. To not go straight to stage 12, do stage 9. You get Warmaid, you get a Shield Guarder or an Outrider if you need them, if you need some uncommons to build. and you get destroy gear, which is so much better than curing gear. I think curing is what the pink set that drops from Safe Shelf is called. But we get this destroy set, and I've already been able to kind of seek out specific things. So Armiger, for anyone who doesn't know, is an unbelievable champion, not just free to play, not just early game, for anyone. You have to build him. One of my #1 tips, I think in a couple weeks, maybe even sooner, I'll have a video that's like 10 things you should do from day 1 in Raid. One of them is save every copy of Armiger you get. So you see here, I've been doing that. I've not been that lucky. We've only gotten 3 copies of Armiger. I'm telling you, I'm convinced the drop rates on certain champions are lower. So I mean, I don't know what it is from a mystery shard, if it's like 30% chance we get an uncommon, but of that 30, if there's a 2% chance we get one batch of, you know, certain uncommons, maybe a Dampier or whoever those champions are in Elf Guard, I'm telling you, Armiger must have the lowest chance. There's no way. I get so many of every uncommon, but when it comes to Armiger, I've only gotten 1. So 1 being him, and then 2, 3 copies in non-stop playing for 2 weeks. But Armiger, enough complaining about that. Amazing A1, incredible A1. You build him with 100% crit and accuracy, and then he can, as long as it's not a weak hit, he will decrease the turn meter of whatever foe, whatever enemy he's targeting by 30% chance every time. So fantastic. And then later rests, based on enemy max HP, this can really hit hard if you load him with the crit damage. This is why you see him in all those spider teams. So good to have. But why pick today to focus on Armiger to finally start leveling? Well, this will be my next gripe. Let's go to advanced quests. Look how close we got today. Guys, I didn't complete it because I realized we weren't going to be able to complete this one. So I did a normal run instead of an easy run. An extra easy run, we would have been at like 9 or 10 million total damage, so that would have been fine. But Faction Wars boss, so frustrating. We made a lot of progress. We 6-starred the first 6 stages. So I mean, this is another usable faction for us now. Cardinal helps immensely, but Armiger, he wasn't too shabby as well. I'm not gonna get into this. It's a waste of our time to show you it would be like my 20th or 30th failed run on this stage. But I really wanted that energy. We didn't get it. We keep getting gated left and right, left and right. But yeah, Armiger, so awesome. I mean, he helped us make some progression in Faction Wars, but really, you don't need to start focusing on him day 1. He's not an uncommon like Shield Guard who can immediately help your progression. But once you made a little bit more of a push, once you're thinking about dungeons and Faction Wars, Armiger's a beast. I mean, the only place you can't use him, it's Arena and Clan Boss. But dungeons, Faction Wars, Doom Tower, he's better than a lot of legendaries in the Doom Tower. Incredible champion. But guys, I say, it is Arena time. First off, as you saw in the beginning when I was talking, I mean, it was just a minute or 2, maybe more. I lose track of the time sometimes. We've done some work in Tag Team. This is off our second refill, or the refill we get, so our second round of 10 tokens. So we've done 18 tokens into Tag Team. Lots of wins. Some people mentioned in the comments, so we only had 1 defeat this whole day, actually. That's really good, 17 for 18. We only dropped 4 total battles because everything else looks like a sweep. But someone mentioned in the comments they hadn't thought to put really weak defenses. Look how weak our defenses are. These are unbuilt champions. I just picked champions I know I'm not going to feed because I don't want to have that hassle of having to reset my Tag Team Arena defense. Why keep this low? Well, you want to stay as far down in your tier as possible until you think you're comfortable moving up. So, for example, on my main account, I'm constantly fluctuating between Bronze 1 and Bronze 2. It's way harder in Tag Team Arena than normal Arena to progress. I mean, in my main, I probably could get to Bronze 3, but people have such loaded teams because so many people don't want to bother with all these battles a day, so they don't actually progress, they just middle out. But if you make a really terrible defense like this, it's not really showing now because we're still so low level, but in Bronze 2, for example, for sure, I'll constantly live on my main account around here at like 300 points and I'll be in the red. And then I'll just set my defense to my normal defense on like Friday, and then by battling and using my 20 battles a day, we climb right back up to like 120, 150, and then we make it another ranking period. But this gives 4.5, 5 days of easy farming and not tedious farming. As you can see, these battles take sometimes less than a minute, and we get these gold bars, and we can buy this energy, or we can buy these Drexar fragments, or maybe you want to get these fragments for the Void Rares that go into the Broadmaw fusion, get this Champion Chase points. I mean, there's a lot of great options. So I really suggest doing it right off the bat. And also doing Faction Wars. I want to show you one more thing, sorry, and then we're getting into Arena and we're wrapping up, as always. But Sacred Order, what were we using? Well, they're not going to let us, we're out of key, so it doesn't matter. But I'll go into the champion inventory and you'll see exactly what our roster for Sacred Order looked like today. So this is where the Sacred Order starts. We have Cardinal, we have Armiger. These are champions, obviously, I want to keep. Of course, avoid Epic, that will be kept, and Armiger, I've just gone on and on about the god that he is. Missionary, surprising, you know, I put him in really mediocre gear. This is like the starting stuff you get on like day 5 or something. But he's good in Faction Wars, guys, because of this passive. He revives himself. So even without Cardinal, he gives an extra chance of having the whole team survive, or at least him surviving and being that member of the team that enables the whole team to survive. And then getting 3 stars on each stage. Really nice. And the Speed Aura, I'm only using in Tag Team Arena, but at least I'm using it. But the other 2 champions, these are food champions. And I said I was leveling food on top of Armiger. I strategically chose these 2 champions because I knew it was Sacred Order Day was coming. So when you're picking any random old 2-star or 1-star piece, 1-star champion to level for food, why not focus on food that you can just put to use for one day just to make a little tiny push in the Faction Wars. Get those, what do you call it? The glyphs to level up your gear. Get those pieces that you can use in the Forge to get Resilience, amazing artifact set. Perception, amazing artifact set. So I recommend you can strategically choose the food champions that you will be leveling. And this gear, guys, this doesn't look that bad, but I'm telling you, this is just whatever was lying around. Like, these are the most random gloves ever. Bad rolls, crit damage, no crit. You know, it's like, just Faction Wars stuff, you know? Just throw it around. 2-star chest piece, who cares? We'll remove it. We don't have to pay to unequip it, you know? But yeah, just a tip on how to efficiently go about Tag Team Arena and Faction Wars. Finally, guys, Arena. The seesawing continues. As you can see, the defense is not holding up its end of the bargain. We're at probably still around a 50% clip. Maybe I'll count it out one of these days to tell you. Somewhere between like 40 to 70% depending on the day. Attack, getting better, I'm getting more selective, but it's just not enough. We can't hang in Bronze 4, let alone make that push to Silver 1 that I want. Let's start off with this battle, our twin sister team. I think we'll win. We almost always win these battles. I think our beginner comp is just slightly better built, or at least we have a faster Diablos. Look how slow their Diablos is. Guys, you can see on the turn meter, right? The yellow's the fill. They're like, it's much slower than our Kale even. This is gonna be the easiest wipe ever. But yeah, and thank you guys for reaching out on Discord, the Fasty The Fastidious. New, updated, not broken link in the description. And also in the comments of the videos giving me advice on how to improve the arena team. I really appreciate it. I have given it a ton of thought. I just think I want to let it happen naturally. A change that may be coming very soon is when the champion training tournament comes tomorrow. Let's give this team a shot, why not? When the champion training tournament event comes tomorrow, the top priority is going to be Bellower to 6 stars. Maybe he can come in and replace Spirit Host or Diabolus, one of the 2, depending on whether we need the speed or the increased attack. Maybe that will improve our chances. But I'm confident that by day 30, we will be comfortably in silver once we get that high Katoon. So if we have to wait till then, it stinks, but I don't want to mess up our progression by eking out a couple more wins in battles like this. So they had a tankier team, you know, so we don't have the damage and the speed duality that we need to be a success yet in the arena. I mean, I'm not going to lose sleep over it yet, but I will say I've yelled at the screen many a time. But we're at, you know, it's not a great win clip, and it is frustrating. Let's do a refresh. Let's see if we find something better. And it is much harder than it was on my main only 3.5, 4 months ago when I was at this point. I was already like mid-silver when I got to day 30 and got high Katoon, and then in just 4 days I got to gold 4. But I think they changed something, or maybe I just progressed faster, like in terms of account level, because maybe I'm getting matched with people that are further along. Or like, look at these legendaries. I took over. It's a Raglan and a Septimus. Like it's just wild out here. A Sylve the Drakes. I mean, this is all 6-star champions here. You know, these people have clearly been playing for so long. I don't know what they're doing down here. All right, tip from yesterday. I want to articulate even clearer. These are battles I seek out. Now, why? Oh, look, a speed lead, that might be better than our speed lead. Well, it's not. Anytime you see a lead that catches your eye and it doesn't look familiar, check it. This, I believe, is faction crypts only. It's not arena, it's not all battles. This lead is useless in this situation, which I could be wrong, but gives me the thought that this person, this account, doesn't really know what they're doing. So that should help us. You know, they've got these juicy, exciting, desirable arena champs like Apothecary and Madame Ceres, but are they actually good enough to have built them properly to beat us? Maybe, we're about to find out. But I think the only way they beat us is just by overpowering us in terms of higher champion quality, not better builds. So here, I think these shields aren't that big. I think we might see a nice hit out of War Maiden with her new Shield Breaker Mastery I built this afternoon. Yeah, look at that. All the shields are gone except for this tiny sliver of Madame Ceres. And now they can all have a seat. I don't even mind. Bellower, enjoy your one hit. And then, oh, the fear. Is the fear gonna blow us out? We lost. If we lost because of that fear, we might. We lose because of that fear. Wow, we're going, okay. I don't do this very often. I'm gonna rage re-enter this battle. That's infuriating. And then I think it's a great time to end it today. Yeah, I used my refill that I was saving just for this. I knew there was a reason that was there. Let's do this battle. That's very upsetting. So that was like, I don't know the exact probability, but whenever you hit Madame Ceres, there's always a chance to proc a normal fear, not a true fear debuff. Not that high, but clearly that happened there. And the Bellowers, it's tanky. This is a good Bellower build. Okay, let's see. So Bellower's left with a little shield. Maybe we'll lose again, we'll see. There's a splash. Okay, that was much easier, guys, much easier. And of course, no fear. This time we get the W. I said that was the last one. I always say last battle, but then I just have to go check. Is there anything else that might be a W? I don't even mind a loss, because at this point we fluctuate so much. Alright guys, I want to show you this. Maybe we'll win, but this is kind of what I'm talking about, and I promise this is the last battle. But when I say I don't care too much about the composition of the team right now, because I really think we have a better built team than this, but they have high Katoon. So they have a very good chance of beating us. I'd give them like a 75, 85% chance of beating us. But once we have a high Katoon here, and then we'll move Spirit Host here, or maybe get rid of her altogether, depending on what else we have. When we retire this Diabolus, we get look at high Katoon, look at this move. A2. All turn meter by 15% and a big version increased speed on all allies 2 turns. Incredible arena move, and we get her for free at day 30. So I don't want to start building up champions we don't need just to push a little farther, a little faster, because it is going to come. I promise. It didn't come as fast as I thought it would. This is a good sign. It's all about whether their Kale cuts in before ours. It looks like he might. Okay, he doesn't. We have a good chance here, guys. I don't want to jinx it. There's a sit down. Hexia doesn't go for Kale. Now that should be the game. Yep. Quadruple hitter. These can't all be weak hits, right? There we go. What a good place to end. But that's the kind of team. If we replace, we put High Katoon. She's the better speed lead. Let's see if I can find another High Katoon just to show you guys. So Spirit Host has a 10% all battle speed. High Katoon has 19%. Diabolist has a 30% increased speed. And then High Katoon, she fills 2 rolls at once. Then she has a big version 30% increased speed, but also a turn meter fill AoE on all allies. And then we could only focus Spirit Host just being attack up. We wouldn't have to focus as much on speed with Kale and with War Maiden. It just would all be a lot easier. Guys, these videos are getting so long. I'm sorry. I hope you enjoy it still. Today I told myself this would be a shorter video. We're still coming up on 30 minutes, but I think it was a good one, and I wanted to really articulate what does it mean to be in phase 2 of the game. So the craziness of the summoning weekend, 3 days in a row, Friday, Saturday, Sunday with the 2x, you know, all the energy we got the first week and a half. Now that's kind of subsided. You see energy's a little low, things to do. It's a little more few and far between. Now it's about hoarding this energy. It's about hoarding this energy and waiting for our moment. So our moment, maybe a bit, is going to start tomorrow. I really want to get Bellower to 6 stars to help progression in dungeons and stuff, but our big moment's going to be Dragon. We need that here. But I had fun in this one, guys. I think it was a pretty raw look at what it just looks like in game. I hope this was useful. Would love to hear your comments. And as always, if you like this content, if you enjoy my videos, you know, please feel free to like and subscribe. It's free to play and it's free to click. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one.
Fastidious.